Horrible. Hearts lose again. We drop another 3 points, and with that, we drop out of third place in the league. Welcome back, guys. Sir Scotland TV here to review. Unfortunately, Hearts versus St Mirren. It finished today at Tynecastle in the Cinch Premiership. It finished Hearts 0, St Mirren 2. Now, our run of form has been horrible. We have not been playing well, but I didn't expect us to lose today. The one thing I will say about us this season, at home, against non-old firm sides, we've been good. In fact, we've been very good. We'd played 11 games at home against non-old firm opposition this season, and we'd picked up 31 points out of 33. Our only blip came against Livingston, where we rescued a point late on, thanks to Josh Ginnelly. So, 10 wins, 1 draw out of 11 games. I expected us to continue that. I expected us to win the day. Even though, like I said, we've been playing absolute shit. St Mirren's form has been good, but I thought we would turn it around due to really poor recent results. 4 defeats in our last 5 games. I thought, no, you know what? We're going to get it done today. We're going to stop the rot right now. And did we stop the rot? No, we continue to rot it, man. It was a rotten performance. And I don't know what is more embarrassing. The fact we've dropped out of third, the fact our performance was so bad today, or the fact I fell asleep during the game. Honestly, man, stayed up, did night shift, thought, you know what, I'm going to watch Hearts here. I'm going to stay up, I'm going to do it. And yeah, I fell asleep just before half time. Woke up and it was 2-0 St Mirren. So, yeah, honestly, I wish I'd have just fucking went to bed and not watched this pile of shite, to be fair. 2 goals in about 5 minutes for St Mirren sealed the deal. I didn't even miss that much of the match. I must missed about 12 minutes of the match, and that was enough for St Mirren to score 2 goals and for Robert Snodgrass to get sent off. So, yeah, just a really, really bad day at the office, and I don't know where it's all went wrong. It didn't seem that long ago. Hearts had a 7-point gap over 4th place at the time, Livingston. We were in 3rd, and you know, it looked like we had 3rd place sewn up. I thought we could possibly, you know, get 3rd place sewn up before the split, the way things were going, because we just looked like we were easily the 3rd best team in the country. But like I said, for some reason, since January, we've just been terrible. Now, I don't think the signings in January were good. But I'm not going to necessarily blame that on the falling down the league table. I'm not going to blame that on the form. I just think we did sign a bunch of duds in January. With 2 of those attacking signings on the bench today, Karankul and Oda. And we were getting beat 2-0 and Norbert Nielsen decided not to use them. So, I mean, that tells me a lot. 2-0 down at home against St Mirren, and the 2 attacking players that we brought in the January transfer window didn't even get 5 minutes to try and come on and change the game and rescue something for us. Was there fitness issues? I'm not too sure. Only, you know, people inside the club know that. But from a fan standpoint, I mean, it doesn't look good when we've got 2 attackers on the bench and we're losing 2-0 to St Mirren and they don't get brought on. So I don't understand that. And I don't understand how we've let this fall away, because at the start of the season, yes, we had a shitload of injuries, and we had the worst injury list in the league, no doubt about it. Rangers had a bad one too, but ours was worse, no doubt about it. We had like 9 of our first 11 players injured. It was insane. We also had European football. We didn't have a big enough squad to cope with it. Yet, during that period, during the Europa League conference group stages, and during the massive list of injuries we had, we actually managed to cope okay. We were decent, and we kept within a reasonable points tally to the teams that were battling around for 3rd. And then as soon as we got Europe over, you know, we were still within touching distance of 3rd place. Then we start putting in wins, we start putting a good run of results together, and then we got into 3rd, and then we ran away with 3rd. Now, was part of that down to Aberdeen maybe falling off a bit? Yeah, perhaps, but you know, we did well enough with Europe and the injuries. And then we got into the period of the season where we're finished in Europe, our injured players are coming back, and we also have the January transfer window to add players. So, I mean, it seems like we got the worst of it over with, but I don't know, since the end of January, we went backwards, and it's hard. I don't know why that is. I know a lot of people want Robbie Nielsen out. I personally am not one of those people. I mean, I think we need to show a bit of loyalty here. This is a guy that finished 3rd last season. He took us up easy in the championship. He was pretty much 3rd this season until today. Then he's obviously dropped out. But I don't think you can sack a manager just because he's dropped out of 3rd place for the first time in, half a season. I don't agree with that whatsoever. So I'm not happy with the way we're playing at the moment. I'm not happy with the results, but I think Robbie Neilson deserves a chance. I mean, I don't think he should be sacked. However, we do have Hibs next week. Away from home, our away form has been abysmal as of late, and if we don't win that one, then serious questions have to be asked, because not only would it look like possibly Ford is getting away for us, but there also is a chance that we wouldn't even finish in the European places. And for me, finishing in the European places is a must. You get like a net £3 million for participating in the group stages of the Europa Conference League, and we just can't afford to not be getting that money. We need to continuously be getting forward. We need to continuously be getting in the European group stages and improving every year, you know, and trying to stretch the gap between us and the rest of the pack, and to try and at least narrow the gap, try and get a little bit more competitive to the teams in the top two, Rangers and Celtic. But let's be real, guys. I mean, I know third down to fifth gets you a spot in Europe, but in my opinion, we have to finish third, because when was the last time a non-Old Firm team actually won a qualifying round to qualify for a European group stage? I think it's been well over 15 years. I mean, it doesn't happen. So if we finish third or fourth, technically, we might be getting European football, but for how long? Until we lose in a knockout round, and then that's us. We're out of Europe before bloody September. I mean, I don't want that. So, yeah, I'm not saying that we obviously can't win it, but it's unlikely, and I don't have any faith in us winning. I don't have any faith in any of these Scottish teams. You look at Aberdeen, us, Hibs, do I have any faith in those teams winning a two-legged knockout tie to qualify for a group stage? No, I don't. So, yeah, for me, it's kind of all or nothing. We need to get third place, and yeah, now we have fallen out of third place, and it's crazy. Aberdeen, with the turmoil they had, and obviously sacking Jim Goodwin, and they were dropping down the table. Some people were even talking about potential relegation battle for Aberdeen. And by God, has Barry Robson turned that around. So, you know what, fair play to Barry Robson. And speaking of fair play to Stephen Robson. St Mirren had a really good season, and they were better than us today. Just started the game better. They finished the game better. I mean, they deserved the win. I don't think they were great by any means, but we were garbage. So, you know, they were better than us today. It's as simple as that. And, you know, they deserved all 3 points. They got them thanks to Curtis Main and Gogic. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Pretty much seen us off. Snodgrass, early on in the game, he looked sluggish. He was getting involved pretty late, going into tackles and committing fouls. And I'm not surprised that he's seen 2 yellow cards, to be honest, to get sent off, because I just kind of had that feeling. He was making a lot of poor tackles, and in the end it came back to bite him. And yeah, we were just poor. I think St Mirren's goals, they weren't great or anything like that, but look, I mean, they got a little bit of luck, but fuck it, they deserved the luck. We were shit today. I felt like we could have played for another 90 minutes and we wouldn't even have scored a goal. We could barely get anything on target. And I wouldn't even necessarily say it's like Shanklin's fault. I wouldn't say it's a striker's fault. It's just overall the team is playing garbage from the back to the front. We'd Ross Stewart in nets today, but again, I can't really blame him. He wasn't really at fault for any of the goals, so you can't say, well, third choice goalkeeper. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. Craig Gordon would have been in nets today, and we still would have lost 2-0 in my opinion. So, yeah, not good, guys. Not good at all. But like I said, Hibernian up next. We're normally good against Hibs. We normally beat Hibs, but again, with this current run of form, with our away form at the moment, I mean, we've lost our last 4 away games in the league. I couldn't even tell you the last time. We haven't won away from home since. I don't think we've won away from home this year. Nah, we haven't won away from home since. When was the last time we won away from home? December 2022. Of course it's 2022. 28th of December. So yeah, we haven't won since this turn of the new year away from home in the league, which is pretty shocking. I mean, we did win in the Scottish Cup away from home, but yeah, domestically in the league, no, we haven't won since 28th of December when we beat St Johnstone by 3-2. I remember watching that game, yeah, Shanklin penalty. 14 minutes in, and Barry Mackay got a winner. Yeah, I know, I remember that. So, yeah, no, I wish we could go back to those days. That's when we were putting a good run together. We went on about a 10-game unbeaten run. Albeit there was quite a few draws in there, but at least we were not looking like losing. We were pretty solid. We were keeping a shitload of clean sheets as well, and you know, that was a really good spell for us in the league. And You know, we need to find a similar spell to that in the remaining 7 games, or else we are in trouble. Because Aberdeen look like they're going to pick up a lot of points. So Aberdeen are looking pretty good now. I know Aberdeen have to play Rangers before the split. Maybe Rangers can do us a favour there. But, you know, we need to win. It doesn't matter. I mean, even if Aberdeen start dropping points, we need to win because Aberdeen's not our only competitor. Like I said, we've got St Mirren, who are playing well. We've got Hibernian, who, if they beat Dundee United, they could go ahead of us if they win the Edinburgh Derby next week. They could go, I think they're 5 points behind us right now. Or is it 4? It's 4 or 5. If Hibernian... Is it 5? Yeah, it's 5 points. If Hibernian win tomorrow against United and then they win the derby, they go a point ahead of us. So, yeah, with 6 games to go, we could be behind Aberdeen. We could be behind Hibernian. If St Mirren win next week, we'd be behind them as well. I mean, if we lose next week, we very possibly could be in 6th place out of the European qualification spots altogether. Like, I can't even fathom that, man. That's unthinkable. So, yeah, for me... I'm not happy. I'll give Nielsen till the end of the season. I think he deserves that. People in my football clubs today are just way too quick to fire players and managers or whatever. I think we should give Nielsen the benefit of the doubt, give him time to turn it around, give him till the end of the season, and see what he can do. I mean, if he doesn't get third, I'd be absolutely disappointed. I wouldn't say missing out in third a sackable offence. I wouldn't say that, but. Yeah, I mean, it would be unacceptable, I think, considering the lead that we had at one point and, you know, the struggles of Aberdeen and how they've just managed to catch up on us. It's crazy, it's crazy. Yeah, remember the El Sacchio between Aberdeen and Hibs, and now you've got Aberdeen ahead of us and Hibs, you know, chasing us down. It's crazy how we've let that lead slip. So, yeah, unbelievable, guys. Was not expecting this result today. I could have accepted a poor performance, but I thought we would have got a result today. Minimum, I thought a draw. I thought, you know what, we won't lose today. We ain't going to lose at home to St Mirren. I was thinking a win, but you know what, worst case scenario, I thought maybe a draw. Was not expecting this, guys. Massive shock, and we need to improve for next week. So all eyes on to next week, and yeah, I'll keep you updated, guys. Any news coming out, and there's going to be a lot more videos coming to the channel. So I know I haven't really been active on here past couple of months, but expect that to change. And yeah, hopefully our results, hopefully our form can change as well. And yeah, we can hopefully salvage the season and get third place. But anyway, guys, that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.